How's it going, guys? It's day 5 of Lake of Kalandra League. Um, and today I want to talk about some of my thoughts on the recent drama, I guess. Like, it's some drama, that's for sure. After I hit my level 100 on my raider, I, rested, and I finally got to look into what other people were talking about and people's takes on things. I've heard some good takes, I've heard some abysmal takes from people. But So let me start off by just giving you my story to the league thus far. So I'm playing from my parents' garage because a lightning strike took out our internet, and I hadn't had a computer in a month and a half. It was impossible for me to come into this league and not have a good time. The last month and a half has been pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. Now I have the computer, none of it. So I league started on a raider with fire trap, flamethrower trap, both skills incrementally nerfed. And then I cruised. I had no issues. The damage still held up fine on the skill. My path through the Atlas, I'm focusing on getting some Kirak missions, but then Abyss, Breach, and Betrayal with Eater of Worlds altars. That was my plan. It went about how I expected it to, because my plan for the league was I'm going to go into these monster level 87 Abyssal Depths. I'm going to pull out base items and I'm going to sell those to people, and that's what I did. You sell the Stygian Vises, you sell the base items, and I'm also selling veiled items from the Betrayal. I got the basics that I needed, and then so none of those things were impacted by really any of the changes. So let's talk about my chest. So the first time that I encountered a Scourge boss, which is now the new Beyond stuff, it dropped me some tainted currency, and I was like, oh yeah, tainted currency's a thing, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get a 5-link Cosprey's Will, I'm gonna corrupt it, and then I'm gonna use tainted fusings, and I'm gonna 6-link it. So I did that. I paid 25 chaos for 5-link Cosprey's Will, I corrupted it, and I used a single tainted fusing orb, and I 6-linked it. At the time, I didn't know how lucky that was, because it seems like the waiting on tainted currency is bad. But yeah, it took one. It just took one. So to me, from my experience, nothing had changed. It was a 50-50 chance, and I got the 50 that sent it up. So that seemed fine. And so let's jump into Harvest. Harvest changed a lot, drastically. And me personally, I did not like Harvest. I have not enjoyed Harvest since they removed the seeds, which was the league after Harvest League. I thought it was much better with the seeds. You could trade the seeds, you could plant the crafts that you wanted to use, and farm for the crafts that you wanted, and you didn't have to go to the Discord or whatever. You could farm the crafts that you were looking for. And I used that, so I purchased a bunch of the cold seeds, and I made myself an amazing cold staff in Harvest League. That was great. And I feel like all of the downside that has come from Harvest since Harvest League I can attribute directly to the fact that they removed the seeds. So why do I not like Harvest in its previous state? It could take just as long to clean out your harvest as it would to do your entire map. It could be pretty ridiculous. So I almost never used the basic reroll harvest crafts. I go into harvest and I'm looking for prefix and suffix rerolls, and I'm converting catalysts, oils, fossils, upgrading, what are they called? The Offering of the Goddess, and looking for turn non-blue socket into blue. those are the things I'm looking for in Harvest. And yeah, you can still convert the stuff, but the main sources of what I was looking for out of Harvest, they're just gone. Like, the crafts don't exist, let alone, like, the crafts that are there getting nerfed. I don't know as much about that. I've never been a super big crafter, but coming into this league, it's like, okay, it felt like to me they were prepping Harvest, they were neutering it enough to open the door for maybe a new potential crafting method to come in the future. That was my take on it, like, as I experienced. The big thing I didn't like about Harvest in this new system, because I blocked it pretty early, because it's a waste of time for farming XP, and I was trying to level to 100. So I didn't need anything out of Harvest. I wanted to do my Abyss and whatnot. But when I did do Harvest, I hated the fact that the T1 seeds spawn the monsters, then the T2 seeds spawn the monsters, then the T3 seeds spawn the monsters, and you've killed all of the lesser monsters, and you're left with the Tier 3 rare with all of its Arch Nemesis mods, and you don't get the flash charges, or you can't explode all of the lesser mobs to take out that other mob. Like, I strongly dislike that aspect of it more than anything else. Like, that was my, like, big takeaways. Like, okay, that was Harvest. Like, I didn't touch the Lake of Kalandra. It seemed pretty unrewarding early, and so I skipped it. So, to me, like, I watched Impy's video, and I'm not gonna lie, watching what happened to them is absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I hated it. Like, showing what they've done in the past leagues compared to what they could get with this league. Like, they hit 14 stacks of Delirium in that map. And I could have probably gotten just as much loot last league by running my Stalker Central in a normal map. So things have changed, and I think the biggest issue to me is the fact that they didn't put that change in the patch notes. That they were trying to remove some of the bloated quantity on league content monsters and then trying to normalize it across the game. To me, when I hear that, because that was the explanation they gave, in which a lot of people were not happy with that explanation, and I get it, because that quant was so massive across things like Delirium monsters and Breach monsters and things, your Abyss stuff. To me, it seems like, okay, we're going to try and normalize the quant across the game. And to me, thinking about Path of Exile 2 coming in the future, they're leveling the playing field to make it easier to remove, like, a lot of this content that exists in the game to prepare for new stuff coming later on. So you just standardize it all. But not including it in the patch notes, one says that they did not want us to know about it. And to me, that shows that they really don't respect the player base with their vision. In my mind, I think this was all planned from the rollbacks, the incremental changes that they're, like, slowly rolling out that's causing whatever outrage. I think that was probably all planned before the league even launched. They knew the quant was going to be bad, and they knew that, like, they're going to have to give something back, but GGG has done this so many times. They play on the good standing they have with the player base by, like, okay, there's outrage, and then they will make changes and say, oh, we listen to the player feedback. But I feel like this time they created a problem to, like, play off of that. And I feel like this isn't the first time that that sort of thing has happened. Ooh, we get free run. Look at that. Warbot died. Or the resetter died. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's my big takeaway from it. Is like, they planned this prior to the league. And, like, we're still gonna get changes whatnot. And if they were to have told us, like, we're going to make changes to the way quantity on monsters works because we're trying to standardize it across the game rather than having all these bloated mechanics in this other league content that we're going to have to eventually trim in the future before PoE 2. If they had just told us that, and I don't work there, I don't know that is the vision, but I'm trying to look forward, of like, why are they doing this kind of thing rather than it's bad, it's shit, delete it, I quit, GGG, bad. I'm so happy that I got to play the game this week, like, and I've had a lot of fun. And I'm honestly, without all of the harvest crafts, I'm looking forward. Okay, how are we going to solve this problem of how do we craft this gear? And with exalts being more common, which, that being said, I've seen 3 exalts drop this league. 1 was mine, 2 were in pure breachstones, and I have seen 5 divines drop. I don't know where these exalts are dropping. Because I leveled to 97 myself, like, before I started getting into, like, the party XP farm nonsense. I don't know where the exalts are coming from. Maybe they're coming from heist, but, like, the thought was, like, okay, maybe we start using more of the block prefixes and reroll suffixes using the exalt crafts on the items, which is, like, probably the best YouTube content I'd ever seen. Was a player by the name of Dimmy, who was a standard crafter, and he would, like, spend hundreds of exalts, like, doing that meta crafting method before we had stuff like harvest in the game. I loved watching him, like, and yeah, there's some gamble to it, but it was deterministic how you could reroll the suffix, you could block, like, a dexterity, you could exalt slam it, and try and hit that last mod that you needed. Like, me, in this league, thinking, okay, if exalts are going to be more common, maybe we are going to lean away from the harvest crafting and try and do these other things. There's going to be a way that we're going to try to acquire these items, but maybe the quant in the maps just, it got nerfed a little bit too hard. Because, like, I did notice the lack of stuff, but I was also focusing all of my time into farming this deterministic content. Deterministic content's all still there. The little icons you get above the Legion mobs, that still gives you stuff. You're still gonna get the chests and Delve. You're still gonna get all the guaranteed rewards from Heist. Metamorph's still gonna drop you the stuff from the things. Essences are still giving you their stuff. Breach is still giving you the splinters, but you're not getting, like, the quant boost out of that. I felt like that was pretty noticeable. You can't like really bank on the league content to farm div cards or anything. And then, yeah, the party quant stuff, that hurts. Like, I feel really bad for anybody who, like, came in as a team and was trying to, like, utilize that party finding mechanics that have existed for so long. So with better, like, display of what their vision was coming up to things, rather than them having to, like, roll it back, I feel like that really is what puts the sour taste in my mouth. And I'm not gonna quit the game. Like I said, I'm intrigued by the new idea of how am I gonna go into SSF and craft this new gear. So I think that's the gist of everything that I wanted to say, like, my takeaway. I really dislike them purposely making changes that they pre-plan to roll back, as a way to say that they listen to the community. And I strongly believe, you can call me a conspiracy theorist, I'm okay with that, but I strongly believe that this is not the first time that exact thing has happened. And so, yeah, what's going on with me now? I'm leveling a second Raider in Trade League, currently level 97 on that. This is the Raider ladder. I hit level 100 on the past one, and we're just running it back. And why am I doing that? Because Nope, we were hardcore Kalandra. This guy. 35-18. So if I click the standings button on PoE Racing and I look at the Ranger ladder, this guy has the Grand Ranger status for this league. And with me getting my rank 1, I'm currently at 625, but the points don't accumulate till the league ends. So currently I've got a 52-point lead, but I also know that I looked at his character. He's leveling explosive arrow gems, so he's probably going to level something else. And this guy, this league, these are all of his level 100 characters. So it's quite possible he's going to be leveling some Rangers, and like I'm not going to give up the Grand Ranger without a fight. He didn't play last league. So I thought maybe, oh, it's simple. But so the plan is now I'm going to try and get rank 2. If I get rank 3, that's fine. I think rank 3 is 30 points. Rank 2 would be 50. But that's my current plan this time tomorrow, because it's probably going to take me like probably 3 or 4 more hours and I'll hit the level 100. I gotta go sell these empowers that just leveled. I'll corrupt those for you to end the video. But yeah, that's what I got going on. So yeah, let's go corrupt these empowers, because I need these empowers to be able to finish paying out the 5 ways that I'm gonna need to get there. Well, let's see what we got here. I don't know how many I have. These ones are not quite there. That one leveled. I think I got 6. This is my 4th set of these exceptional gems that I've leveled this league. I have hit 1 level 4 enlightenment. Let's see, that's a 2. 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Okay. So a level 3 in power sells for 1.2 divines. So that would be 6 divines across those 4. And then I move these gems to my offhand weapons. I got the quality of socketed gems, so I get extra XP on those. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna finish pushing this out. Have a second level 100 character on the league in 5 days, and then tomorrow we I think the plan here, looking at the state of SSF, all Rangers, Soupline's about to level 99 on a Pathfinder. I know Grissig is going to go to 100 on Raider. He always does. This has been for a long time that he is pushed. So my thought, looking at where things are, I'm going to level Spectral Helix Deadeye. I'll give you an update on how that is going tomorrow in SSF. So I've never played Spectral Helix, that's what's going to happen. But that's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon just below the video, or by becoming a member. And I will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.